I'm Tigerhite, and I'm here to make WWE NXT and Pro Wrestling Majestic again. I like this show. It was constructed well. It might have taken me a minute to record this video itself, but I actually did like this NXT. I was just kind of sucked into other shows. What can I say? I don't get a lot of breaks during my day. Let's talk about our first match for the NXT Tag Team Champions, with the family defending against Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. Why did they get this opportunity? I don't know. Why did they lose? Maybe rock in a hard place. Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza, at this point, mean nothing to me. They could be mowing my lawn. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. They talk a big-ass game, do all this great-ass shit, and do nothing with it. And they're talented wrestlers. They're absolutely talented wrestlers. But when they sit there, talk this big game, and they're a bunch of losers, what am I supposed to say? I have no fucking idea how that happened. I totally knocked off my mic. There's a bunch of losers. It was bada bing, bada boom for the win. I'm going to give it an Orange Cassidy thumbs up. So, Kelani Jordan taking on Kiana James in a Iron Survivor Challenge qualifying match. I thought these two were in an Iron Survivor qualifying match. I could have been wrong. Anyway, I like this match. It was fun. It was a split-legged moonsault for Kelani Jordan to win, which was the absolute right call. And also, Roxanne Perez screwed Kiana James. And I thought that was fine. You have a person who's going on to rightfully deserve that opportunity. It was a fun match. And then you have a rivalry that subsides that for a reason. I don't mind it. I'm going to give it an Orange Cassidy thumbs up. Eddie Thorpe taking on Braun Breaker in another Iron Survivor Challenge match. It was a fine match. I actually thought the women's match was better personally because Braun Breaker absolutely destroyed Eddie Thorpe, which I thought was the appropriate move. It was a spear for the win, and I'm going to give it an Orange Cassidy thumbs up. And to be honest with you, this is barely an Orange Cassidy thumbs up. Our next match, and I have no idea why I took this, it was Ilja Dragunov and Nathan Frazier. It took 3 H-bombs. 3. I don't know why it took me that long. 3 H-bombs for Ilja to beat Nathan Frazier. Nathan Frazier is not Carmelo Hayes. This was not a big match. It was not for a big anything. If you're going to do that with the H-bomb as a move, then have the H-bomb not be a finishing maneuver. If it takes 3 H-bombs to beat a person, then that person does not deserve it. Period. End of story. Kind of lame, but I also kind of liked it. I love H-bomb as a move, don't get me wrong, but it's not being protected as it should. It shouldn't take 3 of them to do it. Even though Ilja could have beaten them with 1. It doesn't matter. It was 3. Doesn't matter. Kind of lame. Orange Cassidy thumbs up. Arianna Grace versus Karmi Pretovic. It was a fine match. It was a Wade Barrett slam, which is that front slam move thingy for Arianna Grace to win. And if I'm not mistaken, that was Joe Gacy ringing the bell for Grace. Now, Grace won the match. It was 100%. But Joe Gacy, instead of The Rock's daughter, he's going after Santino Marella's daughter. Maybe double check to see if they're calling him daddy. Kind of awkward. Orange Cassidy thumbs down. It was not a great match. In fact, it was actually kind of poor. It took me a while to figure out who it was. I thought it was a Mick Foley ripoff or Tigerhite circa high school, but it wasn't. It was Joe Gacy. Kind of weird how far he has fallen from being a cult leader to looking like a discount Tigerhite via high school. I graduated in high school in 2012. I am old. I also graduated from Columbine. Oh, and that was not kayfabe. I actually went to Columbine. That was the school that I graduated from. So up next, we have Brooks Jensen taking on Lexi King. That was his name. I don't know why, but my brain went to Brian Pillman Jr. It looks like that they want to do the whole Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs thing together again, even though he wore different gear on a live show, or was it Level Up? It was one of the two. I like seeing Lexis King on television. He actually had a fun match. I actually like this match a lot. And it was, they call it the Coronation. That is what Lexis is calling his finisher. I don't hate it. I actually think it's actually kind of a fitting name for his finishing maneuver. For the win, a little bit of distraction. I'm going to give Orange Cassidy thumbs up. The presentation is better. The promo needs some work. And I think maybe a little muscle definition would have been good, but he still looks good. The in-ring stuff is decent. There's something there. Maybe a little polish would have been nice, but you know what? This is why he's in NXT. He has to unlearn from the secondary promotion. So this is perfectly acceptable. Hell, the guy who trained this motherfucker is leaving a dumbass company. If you think that it's actually a good company, then you're lying to yourself. And in our main event, a fatal four-way match to determine the number one contender for the NXT North American Champion, we have Wesley, Bronson Reed, Cameron Grimes, and Johnny Gargano. All of them former North American champions. This felt very good. It felt different. It felt exciting. It felt exactly what it needed to be. It needed to be hard-hitting. It needed to be different. And it also needed to mean something. And that's what it felt like. It felt like it meant something. And I think that's why I liked it as much as I did. They gave it time, movement, breathability, and also the ending was good. Cardiac kick for Wesley to win. Wesley won. Very good match. Going into it, Dominic is not good at commentary. Let's just be honest. He's not. But he's good at promo and he's good at wrestling. So, 2 out of 3. Apparently that is going to be a thing for the Deadline show. I'm going to give it a full thumbs up. I liked it. And that was NXT. Let me know what you thought about not only my review, but NXT in the comments down below, or right over here next to me. Subscribe to the channel, become a patron, and all that great stuff will be in the bio or in the description. And as always, be majestic.